Welcome back, everyone. Well, today's agenda is to get this lady's Troy-Bilt mower going. She said she used it last week, and right before she finished mowing, it shut off on her and couldn't get it to restart. I know the oil was a little bit overfilled. I have to suck a little bit of oil out of it. And then she also said that she had about a half a tank of gas in it. In a few hours, it was gone. It's not getting into the oil, so I know it's not the carburetor. But I did notice, just by quick looking at it, his bottom of the carburetor is all wet. So it looks like the bowl might be leaking. Let's tear into it and see what we can find. Here's a little video of the tractor, so you can see what I'm working on. The Troy-Bilt Bronco has a 19 horsepower cooler. Still not too bad of a shape, but she wants me to get it running. And then I did notice her exhaust is broken over here down there, so that's another thing I have to fix. Yeah, so let's tear into it and see what we can find. And let's tear this air box off to get to the carburetor here. Air filter don't look too bad. Doesn't look like it's been gas soaked, so apparently it's not the gas that's doing it. Get this thing off of here. Let's see here. The feels like that the solenoid on the bottom of the carburetor is loose, and that will explain why it is leaking. Yeah, there's no gas left in the carburetor now, so we will. give me a second here. I'll get the carburetor off. I got the carburetor off, and actually I'm thinking her little solenoid on the bottom of it is broken or not, because it's not even clicking, and I've seen some moisture coming out of it. So I'm kind of thinking that something happened here. Let me pull it apart and we'll see what's going on with it. Alright, well, I found out her problem is, found her bowl gasket right there, I don't know how well you see it on the camera, is broken. And that could be the reason why she's been losing gas, especially while it's running or whatnot. But yeah, the bowl gasket is broken right there. So, guess we'll change it out and put it back on and see what happens. Alright, I found another bowl gasket. We'll let's get this thing back together here and see what goes on with it. Cool. Yeah, we're gonna put a fuel shut off on and a fuel line for her. So at least that way, if it ever decides to flood out or anything, it will connect the ground wire. Fuel line. Fuel shut off right in there. Flow. There we are. Now we can actually put fuel in it without it leaking. not sure it's going to run or not because I don't think it's getting fuel. Ah, son of a gun. Forgot to plug the hot wire in on the bottom of the carburetor. So we're running out of daylight here. I'm trying to get some stuff done here. Gas in it. See if at least gets a fire here tonight. I don't know why these filters are always a pain to get on. You get one of them started, but can't get the other one started. Did I just get both of these started at the same time? I think I did. Alright. Put some gas in it and see if she'll at least start. Alright, I'm going to put gas in and see if we'll start. What's up, guys? Well, we're back on this Troy-Bilt again. Had a carburetor issue. I told the customer that we just need to get a new carburetor. So we got a new carburetor. We have to fix the exhaust and sharpen the blade and spark plug and air filter. Well, let me set you up and we'll dive into this. Alright, let's get the hood off this thing. And we need to get to this exhaust here. It's broken. I'll show you. Alright, we got the hood off of it. We have to tear into down in here to get to the exhaust. So if we take this cover and stuff off of it, get to it. Probably just tack weld it on, pull it the whole way off, weld it up and put it back on. Now let me get into here. Alright, let's get this cover off here. Actually, we might just pull it off the whole way, because well, the way it's broke, it's almost like it's keywayed. Well, let me get it off here, and I'll show you what I'm dealing with. I got the muffler and stuff off so you can see how it broke. And it actually goes in there pretty well. So I think a little bit of weld around that. Like I said before in the other videos, I'm not a, never claimed to be a welder. So let me get this grind up here a little bit so I get a good weld on it, and we'll go from there. Alright, let's grind this up a little bit here. Somewhere like that. Alright, let me get the welder set up here and let's do some welding. Alright, let's get into welding. Uh-oh. Don't want that to happen. Moved a little bit. Get that moved. Might snap it off. Yep. Re-welded. There we are. Let's try this again. Did it stay that time? Yeah, for pretty much yes. All right. Yeah, burnt through it just a tiny bit, but it'll be alright. Like I said, I'm not a welder. It don't look too bad. And one spot here that might have to hit up a little bit. Yep, got it that time. She's a little warm. Better than what it was. Well, let me get this cleaned up a little bit and get it back on the tractor. Well, let's get this thing back together. Still warm? Oh, not too bad. Let's see if we can get this. This muffler held up here. I'll make it too tight so we can move it over here around. Heck yeah, that's nice. I'll see if we can get the gasket back in there. Well, let me get this gasket and stuff on here. For some reason, it's really fighting me for something pretty simple. I'll get back with you. Alright, I got the bolt started here. Let me get an extension. Make life a little bit easier. Snug these down a little bit. Alrighty, so I want to now tighten up that screw there. Muffler is nice and on now. Try to put the heat shield on. There's one hole. Well, let me button this up and we'll get to the carburetor. Well, I forgot the customer wanted a new spark plug in it. She wanted a tune-up, but the oil, and it looks like they just changed it. It's a little over full, so I'm probably just going to drain a little bit out of it. And don't charge them for the oil change because it's still pretty good. I don't think it needs it. Yeah, the plug this one runs is a Champion RC12YC. I've been running those in these coolers and Briggs for years, and they work great. I don't know what spark plug that is. Well, I'll set you up so we could do the carburetor next. Alright, got you set up. We're going to pull this carburetor off. And then she wants an air filter too, put on it. Well, I had to plug my camera in. Kind of died on me. Undo this fuel line here. There it is. Okay. This up. There's the old carburetor. This is the new one. This is supposed to be the, because it's supposed to be a Walbro. Yep, Walbro carburetor. This is the new style. I don't know if you can read it. It's, the part number is 2085388-S. It's the newer style carburetor than what's on this. It was new wiring and new carburetor. The only difference I see, they went with a smaller valve on the bottom. Everything else looks pretty much the same on it. At least with this, you only have to undo everything to get it past the frame. This way you can pull it in and out. Don't know if that's the way. So let's put this thing on and see how it works. Get rid of the old intake gasket. It should come with a new one. Actually, it does come with a new one. Alright. There's the new one. There's even instructions in here probably telling you how to install the new carburetor and everything. Yeah, throttle, stop, press, and pin. Yep. Looks like more of a direct bolt on. We will look here. There's a new intake gasket. Put this on. Because it does match up to the old one. Yep. There we are. There's the carburetor. Yeah, let me see how this wiring goes. Oh, nice. Real good. We need to... Yeah, because the new wiring gives you this pretty neat wire that plugs into the factory harness with a bullet connector, then gives you another ground wire. The old carburetor has a grounded through the carburetor itself, and I noticed that if these carburetors not grounded well, they won't work right. At least this way it's grounded right to the frame of the tractor or the motor. Let's see if this actually does that. It'll slide on without... Yes, it does. That is nice. So much nicer. Oh, I do see one thing. Where the throttle rod goes, there's a rubber, not a rubber, but a plastic, looks like a little bushing. Goes right there. Choke on. Nice. Taking up the ground wire. Plug this in. And plug this in the bottom of the carburetor. Okay, let's see here. Now when we turn the key on, you should able to hear the solenoid click on the bottom of the carburetor. I don't know if you can hear it on the camera, but it's clicking. The other one wasn't. So far it's good. Alright, there's the intake. Airbox gasket. Put the fuel line on. Put a little clamp on it. There we are. Oh, the old gasket's still on the old airbox. Then we work the throttle. Yep. Yep. The only thing you might have to do with that new carburetor is set the idle, but sometimes they're preset from factory. Yep, that's in there. Just snug these down. Put this top bolt back in on top. And we'll open up the door and take it outside. See if she will start. Alright, this is a new air filter for this Kohler Courage, and the part number for this air filter is 2008306. So what it looks like. But these are for these 19 horsepower Kohler Courage. I think there might be a 20 and 18, but it's just for these twin cam Kohler Courage motors. Top started. I don't know why these things are always fair to get started. Get one top started, but the bottom doesn't start. Okay, got that thing right that time. Yes, I did. tighten these up till they just kind of snug up. Just like that. Just like that. Alright, well, I'm going to wheel it outside and see if she would start, because the next thing I need to do is drain a little bit of the oil and sharpen the blades. Then this will be pretty much done. Alright guys, I pushed the tractor outside and see if it will start. Spoiler, I did have her running, but I'll afraid to let you guys hear it. The tractor, I already have the parking brake set, and it should literally fire right up. Alright, the next step is to put the hood and everything back on it, drain a little bit of the oil because it is overfilled, and sharpen the blades. So, I'll set you back up again. Now we're going to suck out some oil. It's almost about a quart over full. So wipe my hose off. It's probably about an inch above the full mark, or more. And it's straight oil. So we'll suck some out. Don't want to get too much. Drop down some. Coming down. Yeah, this oil looks like it's been just changed literally not too long ago. Not at all. So, yeah, I'm not charging the customer nothing for oil change or nothing because I don't need it. That's coming down. As I said, it's pretty over full. It's slowly getting down there. Try to get our time here. Yeah, I've seen people, I don't know if this is the case for this one, but I've seen people when they have a little bit of an oil leak, they, and this one did have an oil leak. I fixed it. It was just a drain plug being loose. They overfill it so they know that they don't have to top it off or check the oil as much. But it surprised me that when you do that, it's actually hard on the motor because there's more oil in the motor than what it needs to be, and actually hurts the performance and puts a strain on the motor. And you could actually start blowing out seals if it's overfilled of oil. Yeah, these things should hold about a quart, maybe a little over a quart. Maybe a quart and a half, depends on what size oil filter you put on it. I've seen some tractors hold up to 2 quarts of oil, a little over 2 quarts. So it depends on what motor you have. If it's slightly above the full mark, great. But you don't want to be way above the full mark. It's like a little bit more out of it. I think we might be good. It is just a little bit over the full mark, just a hair. That's good. Better than what it was. I don't know if you see how much is in this container. This was empty when I started. And I think there's quarts on this. Nope, it's milliliters, and it looks like it's sitting at, what is that? 1,000. Yep, sitting at, what is it? Milliliters. I think 1,000 milliliters is a quart. I could be wrong, but I think that might be what it is. So if that's the case, was a quart over full. Alright, well, let's get the hood back on this and get the blade sharpened. Alright, got the one blade off. And the blade bolts on this are actually 15/16. Looks like someone put new blades on it. Either I did about 2 years ago and they're still in decent shape, or they replaced them before. But we'll sharpen them up. I got the one blade sharpened, and yeah, it didn't take a whole lot for it to sharpen up. So I said these blades were actually decent shape. Alright, well, I get this one back on, I'll get the other one sharpened up, and then guess I'll finish up this video and finish up this tractor. Well, the tractor's all done, blades are sharp, did everything what the customer wants me to do. Here's what the tractor looks like. I probably did partway in the videos anyways of this. Here's what the tractor looks like. It's Troy-Bilt Bronco, 42-inch cut, nice low lawn tractor. Alright, well, hopefully this helps anyone. Hopefully you guys like my videos, my content, and everything. Like, share, subscribe. It's a little windy out here now. But yeah, if you guys like it, share it, subscribe, comment, whatever you guys do with the videos. I'll talk later. Bye-bye.